NAVI moving towards the A site, and there is a stun primed and ready, but Crystalli doesn't hit it. Yedege, though, from the side, able to shut down Kalasha. NAVI, quick on the trade. Zeus will not last long in that corner, and they know that Crystalli's isolated on the side. The dive out is brave from Vilu. He's ahead of the pack all alone, and dies isolated, but with the damage done.
Or the call was that maybe they've gone back in the other direction. It was the wrong call, as they'll be waiting patiently to catch out Crystalli. And now Bruxic get there in the end. It's always difficult to hit that high pace Neon, but this side, but there's the Nightfall. Already connects onto a couple of those players under pressure. Sound dissipating, but it's Yedege to find that first pick of the battle and goes in for a little bit more. Crystalli playing that breach like a duelist. Yedege holding that up top. The Nightfall has had little to no effect. This Cypher is holding the line. That was the bigger issue. Didn't realize a player had already taken large amounts of control. Ruxic does well on the site, though. A fantastic performance last week with the trade out from Sociable. Leaves things even for now, but Yedege tagged desperately low. Ruxic still holding within that site, looking to try and almost take over the scenario, but again, those trades are coming. The post plant, however, is ticking further and further away, and the swing out will deny any form of defusal. I don't even know if Sociable's going to survive. He has to run for the hills, and he's not going to make it out. Crystalli, okay,
not bad.
I thought he was dead to rights after the first shot miss. They've still got to be careful. They don't even realize. They didn't realize it's a disappearing act, but he's taken the spike with him. Hero's done well at least. Might help them a little bit on the cross, but there's still a player that they have to deal with. They still need to get past Sop. A clearance attempted, but just running away. They are playing that clock perfectly, and now they can just send one into their doom. Hero on 1 HP, but nobody's going to give him the fight.
Yeah. Planted in the end, a few extra credits, but that's going to be needed with the reinvestment. Sociable winning that fight.
They might not be throwing weaponry into this one, but they're trying to do the damage elsewhere. In comes the overdrive, and they might not be able to do it.
But there could be a paranoia about to be sent through. It looks like it would catch a lot as well. There it goes off the back of the Prowler, and Kalasha! It's a colossal set of kills in A main.
And they're even going to close out Yedege at the end. Of course, for FUT, it's not really the end of the world in terms of finances, but you don't necessarily want to be throwing guns into the wind.
For the attackers, and they've isolated Crystalli for a moment. Zeus close by, now steps through the smoke. And Vilu connects the second shot, but he's going to need a few more! The op doesn't land! Makes it to the site. He can swing out, get a free pick with that op, a free shot at least. And then he'll have to TP back. Whoa! What's that? Vilu bragging on the A site! Sociable desperately low inside that smoke. It's about to fade, and he's got some backup now. They're looking to fight, looking for a scrap, trapping Hero in the corner, but never mind! Hero fights his way out! A fourth found in the end as Crystalli falls! And it will be NAVI with another big individual play. We just heard at the halftime. He's not really letting the pressure get to him. I think it's fair to say he didn't dare. My goodness.
He got so many nuts aimers at this point.
The time too far gone. FUT have fought back into this round with a thrifty. I think Clork's calling already raised the floor a little bit.
Oh, okay. Bog's going to be spammed, and Crystalli is in danger. There's no way of getting across, and because of that, the spike's now dropped. Sop on the reflag, but they're watching for it smart from Hero. He's having a sublime game, and they are managing to turn this tide, originally baited.
Got the spike.
Well, he has been allowed to grab the spike, and he even looks for a fight, knowing the numbers are against him, and he had to turn the tables into his favor. It's not possible. Another lights out round from Hero.
It's going to be so tough from here. Maybe going back the other way, but they have managed to catch out Filu. Surrounding the players within the ult, and now the ult has fallen. It leaves Ruxic, just the one. Decent trades from FUT.
Yeah, they use the Prowler to really point him in the right direction, knowing there's a player in spawn, already tagging him up heavy, and waiting for the response. It's smart from Kalasha, but Sociable catches the timing on the swing. Break the utility there, show presence, and then they turn back in the other direction. He caught them off guard last time, and he'll do the same again. He got out as well. Now covering the back towards the B site, but Hero's being caught by Util. Luckily, NAVI have been caught by Kalosha. They tripped, but they didn't fall thanks to this man. Showstopper searching for a target, and it looks like it might have found one. Kalosha will be traded out, but Ruxic deadly with each barrel. And Sociable and Yedajay, the last two players from FUT, will have to clutch this one back in. Yedajay rising to the task, but rising up above that line where Chlora could see him.
Needs to find a safe place to plant, and I'll be honest, with the reposition from Chloric, there isn't one. Or would need to kill him. That's the only other thing, and he's not going to be able to. Chloric wins that battle, manages to take him down, and grants NAVI their map choice.
Well, certainly a solid performance on the other side as well. Even to tag those players in the way out, but when they go pushing in towards Lams, it looks like a different story. Hero's got 3 somehow. He keeps doing this, and the pistols especially. Think back to the previous one. On the last map, he was on fire, and a late play by Chloric here. It's still being watched. Yedajay vigilant on the flank, but he won't get the kill for it, leaving Sociable. The IGL lonely, and he's reunited with his teammates in the next round, 1-0.
And another stellar pistol coming out from Hero. You said it, that defensive side pistol on the last map, he was just taking heads all the way through it.
They are about to cross him, but the orb's going to go up first. I like this from FUT. They've closed the distance, and they've got to deal with this double TP, though. Players coming from behind, plant found, but where do they go? You don't have Bath, you don't have Lance. You need some control here, and leaving Sup in this corner, it's not the best.
Had to use a lot of their utility early, and it's starting to get a little bit shaky. Kalosha already picking up 2, make that 3, and now Sociable, that's all that remains. There is nothing to be had. The young Ukrainian with 4 in the round. Under a little bit of additional damage, a chance to try and get this done, but it won't matter in the end. A Thrifty and FUT are on the board.
But Navi were proactive. They've already cleared outside of Hookah.
This is already dead.
So they're ready for this. Yeah, it's just straight spam. As they're crossing back to the site, just fire a few bullets through the wall, see what you get. What you get is Zeus down and out, and, well, looked like it was very nearly Sociable following. Beautiful flash. Sup took a while to react to the player on his screen.
Peek over the top as well. You can see they've spotted someone as Chloric has now turned to face the correct direction. He'll take contact, and while the contact might be all they need, a 3rd kill for him in the round, a flash that could blind him, and while for Crystali, getting out of here is impossible. An in-zone flawless for NAVI, a 5th round.
With Ruxic having crossed to the right, but being spotted. Shot lands, and now there's no real pressure, and I don't want to see Ruxic leave that corner without putting the wall up, and he does, but Yedajay just lost focus on the angle. The timing couldn't be better, but Hero's been domed. An early swing by Zeus, he came in at the same time as the dog. Unexpected, and he's got the jump on them as a result, closing the distance. It's the same story. And the blind works in his favor. Zeus lining up the last. The full house for Zeus. He's got all 5, and, well, that's one way to get back on the board for FUT, a team that have been missing for a while now. Tap from Yedajay, he'll make it to half. Hero being patient, assumes that that player wouldn't dare to stick it, but now it's a real danger. The shot has to land blindly, and he runs out of time. Defuse found, and FUT take the lead from 6-1 down. Again, just those players caught looking in the other direction. The chaos being capitalized on for the attack side. And Crystali, nice shots!
Everything else available. That time, though, is where it gets worrying, because they're just not getting anything over. They're not giving an opportunity for an operator to do anything. Kalosha, he's done fantastically well. Managing to come out with 2 there. He looked dead to rights, and Sociable, he's being rounded on. It's another Kalosha round. We've had a few of them. So they're cowering away. I don't blame them.
Still alive after taking a 2nd round of fire, and he is coming close to dropping Ruxic. The time, though. The time is too far gone. Surely, indeed, he'll tap it, but out of ammunition as well. That pit hasn't gone deep enough. Oh my goodness. Sup's got 2.
Round over.
Running through the pit. That's his opponent's pit, by the way, but he's making it look like his own. On NAVI, just played into the hands of FUT as they now sit 12-8. 4 chances to close this out, and with an in-zone flawless map 3. Looks to be on the horizon. You know, the latter half of the first half into this.
He's gone through the
looks like they
snake
woke
bite.
up and my goodness, they're looking to put NAVI to bed. But all the while, they're just waiting for FUT to try to get something. Unfortunately, he got triple swung. Being triple swung there when you've made no noise, when your teammates are pressuring and spotted on B. That's got to be a head scratcher. Nice damage, nice follow-up, but still a 4 versus 2, and Rooksix got down to 10 HP, 0 HP with the nade, and 0 time left to get that spike in. 13-9, returning the scoreline of map number 1. They bought themselves one last battleground. This match will be decided on split.
Yeah, really impressive stuff from them, but for now at least, let's go down to the sideline as we will be with Crystalli.
If the changes to the meta, to the way teams are playing and approaching things can favor him, and indeed the team as a whole. For NAVI, already they've lost Chloric.
Spams so close, and there goes Zeus. Rooksix in the corner, the snake in the grass, the snake has a bite! He comes up with 3, puts it down to the 1 versus 1. VALU on the other side of the map, but Yedajay doesn't know that. He's going to utilize that smoke to get into the post fire, and this gives him an opportunity to completely reposition. And once VALU figures out the plan, he might figure out where his opponent is, pulls out the gun and lands the headshot. It will be NAVI to take the pistol, just about.
Just about indeed. Luckily, yeah, the snake on the other side had ran out of its toxins and its bite not quite so deadly in that 1v1. The Yedajay down. It is a 1-0 start, but you have to look to Rooksix there.
Gives the kill over to Rooksix. They now know he's in the back corner, no support. He needs to hold the line, and he will lose his life. Crystalli with his 3rd of the round. Stuns going through, and it is Colossia alongside Hero. Another round fought back.
Now that Crystalli knows exactly where Colossia is, the flash popped, and look how low! He is blind in the open. It's an easy peasy clutch for Crystalli.
That flash was literally perfect. He used his own utility against him. Pretty much at the bottom of EMEA, taking on a team that made it to Masters and a team that we kind of expected to compete. Already a great start to this round, but the trades come back. NAVI still looking to fight, looking to try and cling to life with a streak needed, but a man that's been tough to deal with. Crystalli at the back of the side. They have to fight this one together, and even still, it might not be enough. The Seeker sent out to Hero. He's being flanked. A done deal for FUT. From the bottom of EMEA, climbing, at least for now, to the top. They are 2-0. And a team that really, I think at this point, you do not want to be coming up against.
Oh no, they had to rebuild this, and step by step, FUT have found their full stride now, 2-0.
Lovely stretch.
To start this off, what a start to stage 1. Changes in coaching staff. A man put onto IGL who wasn't even playing